Big announcement from Chat GPT and OpenAI today as they released Chat GPT Canvas and some new features inside there, including number one, it being available to all Chat GPT users. So even if you're on the free plan, Canvas is now available. And this is very powerful for SEO. I'll show you exactly how to use it in some of the new methods right now. And additionally, it can execute code. So for example, you can build your own tools directly inside here, along with your own charts, visualizations, etc. I'll be coming on to that later, along with showing you some of the best use cases for this with actionable ways to implement the new changes from Canvas to level up your workflows. See, they've updated all the information on Canvas today. So basically, this is great. Number one for writing and number two for coding. So you can edit directly inside Canvas with text, with code, etc. You can edit the writing length, debug code and quickly. And there's a bunch of other cool tools in there as well. Not only that, but it is available if you're on the free plan, which it wasn't available previously. What you used to have is Chat GPT Canvas as a drop-down box, but now you can actually change it. So if you click on View Tools and then select Canvas over here, you can select between a bunch of different tools like search, DALL-E, etc., reasoning. But in this situation, you're going to be using Canvas to collaborate and writing on code. I'll be talking about how you can use that. Additionally, it's super powerful for sharing information with your team if you've got workflows between you, if you're creating SEO content, etc. And you can see here how you can actually code in Python, kind of like artifacts a little bit. Plus, you can edit your content really quickly. So for example, stuff like markdown formatting, bold, italic, headers, bullet points, numbered lists, etc. And you can also edit and review code. So for example, let's say you're writing an article between your team, you're trying to optimize it for SEO, and so you could go in and add comments. And additionally, you can actually get ChatGPT just to scroll through your content and suggest any edits, as you can see right here. So it makes editing and optimizing content a lot faster. For writing documents, you can see here, for example, you can suggest edits, adjust the length, change the reading level, so you can like simplify the content. You can add like a final polish. It's kind of like Grammarly, where you can check for grammar, clarity, and consistency. And also you can add a few emojis in there if you're feeling a bit cheeky. And then for coding, you can add like logs with debugging, comments, fix bugs, change the code language, and also review any stuff as well. Now, what's also useful is you can flick between the version history, right? So if you have a version of a tool that you've created, or you have a version of an article that you've created and you want to roll back those changes, you can easily do that inside Canvas, which means you don't have to go back and forth with ChatGPT so much. So you can see here how like the content we removed has been deleted there, and then we've got the new content in green. And you can see how Python works inside Canvas, which I think will be really good for checking out, because you can actually select between Canvas code execution. And here's the other thing, you can actually enable Canvas inside your custom GPTs, which you could never do before. So Canvas now works for GPTs, so you can enable it inside your GPT builder. And basically, so this allows you to build new GPTs with the Canvas mode inserted so that you can make your tools even better. This is really powerful for new. So if you've got like some SEO, custom GPTs, etc., that mode will automatically be switched off by default, but you can enable it if you want to go back into your custom GPT and edit it. So let's get straight into it. Here we can see Chat GPT Canvas ready to go. If we say, for example, write an SEO optimized blog, and let me take a prompt that works really well for us, which is this one right here. And then you just select from tools, select Canvas, and we'll just run that as an example right here. So now you can see it opens up full screen. So you've got the editing panel on the left. This is kind of like your Chat GPT, but you've got the actual content that's being written right here in the middle. Now this is super useful because, for example, you can now actually edit the content directly inside here without having to go back and forth with ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using. Now, let's put this in perspective. For example, like you can choose writing styles inside Claude, but you can't edit the content like a Canvas. And it doesn't seem to be working anyway. Let's try that again. So this is generating the content, and it is kind of like a Canvas-like style. But if you want to edit the content directly, you can't do that, right? And you can click on Improve, you can click on Explain. All right, so for example, we've got the content back from ChatGPT now, and then you can go in and you can edit it directly. So you can like change the words. For example, if we put, you can edit it like. Now, if you were in Claude and we go back to that canvas we just created, you can't edit the content directly yourself, right? You can't edit it like a Gutenberg or WordPress. You can click on Improve, and then you can describe exactly what you want to update. But if you say, okay, change this word, you're going to have to be more in depth, and then it's going to rewrite the whole thing, right? Which is super annoying. Whereas inside ChatGPT, you can just edit the content. And I would say if you're actually like really quality controlling your content, this is probably the easiest and fastest way to do it with AI directly, because you've got it all right there. You can edit it manually if you want to, You can also share this with other people. So for example, so you can edit it how you want to, you can change the titles, etc. You know, you could take this whole paragraph here, for example, and be like, right, okay, optimize this for semantics and entities and relevant LSIs around SEO, and that'll do its magic. And then you don't need to rewrite the whole article, right? You can just quickly edit it like this. The fact that this is free now is absolutely crazy because it's basically better than most AI SEO tools that you're going to pay for out there. Now, also you can see right here on the right hand side, you've got these other options. So for example, add emojis. I don't think you're going to be using that so much unless you put in a mind blown emoji inside every YouTube channel like me. And then you can see here, for example, you can change the reading level, add a final polish, you can adjust the length, suggest edits, etc. So if we click on suggest edits and then hit enter, this is essentially kind of like, you know, overtaking Grammarly in terms of how easy it is to edit the content, polish it up, improve it, etc. It's going to suggest edits kind of throughout the content, and you've basically got an AI editor directly for you and your content. So for example, here you can see on the comment, it says, consider adding a brief mention of why Google and other search engines matter most in the context of SEO. If we hit apply like so, that's now going to add an extra layer and just polish the content up nicely. And then you can do that for all the changes on the right hand side, and you can easily figure out, okay, here's what I need to improve, etc. By the way, all the use cases, all the prompts, etc., everything that I'm showing to you today is available inside the SEP. Just scan the QR code on this video and you can get free instant access to that, along with a community of over 2,100 SEOs, my free ASEO course, 50 free ASEO tools, and 200 AI Chat GPT SEO prompts just to help you rank. And this is all completely free just because I want to help you. Now, what's also pretty cool, I love this feature inside Chat GPT Canvas, is that you can easily automate the internal links for your website as well. So for example, if we go to the sitemap, and then we'll just get a sitemap random example like this, and I'll say, okay, insert some relevant internal links with relevant anchor text to these pages, and then, you know, you insert whatever internal links you want to add throughout the content. And now you can see ChatGPT has come back to me in a few seconds and just said, relevant internal links have been added with appropriate anchor text to enhance the content and improve SEO, right? If we click on made 5 edits like so, we can see where it's inserted the internal links throughout the content. Is cut out. You can also see the change. So you see how the changes is in green. And if you press escape, you can get out of that mode and then just see what's happening here, right? So you can see, for example, the new links that we asked it to insert automatically throughout the content, which solves a massive headache, because let's be honest, if you're outsourcing SEO to a team, if you're training your team on exactly how to do it, etc., then when they're doing these internal links, they can easily mess it up with the wrong anchor text, with irrelevant internal links, etc. What ChatGPT is going to automate is looking through all your content and going, right, here's an internal link here. Here's where we need to insert the next internal link, right? Super powerful way. Like, that is a very neat and clean way of using AI for editing content and actually leveling up the content, not bringing the standard down. So here's another example. Like we can see in the FAQs, it's like, can I do SEO myself? Absolutely. With time, free guides and tools like Google Search Console, anyone can learn the basics. Start with keyword research and optimize your existing content. And then it actually linked to the link I gave it from the sitemap, picked out this as the most relevant internal link. And then you can see here the link actually works perfectly. It's not hallucinated or anything like that. And we've just added the final edits to our content, right? Now, here's what's super interesting as well, right? So if you click on search the web inside ChatGPT Canvas, you can now search the web and find relevant external links that you can insert inside your content in the canvas, if that makes sense. So basically, you can automate the external links, find them using ChatGPT search, and then use ChatGPT Canvas to insert those external links automatically through your content as well. And so what you've got here essentially is like an absolute powerhouse for editing content, writing it, quality checking it, and automating internal links, automating external links. And if you really know how to use this, it is an absolute game changer. Most SEOs are not using this, surprisingly. Now, again, all of these prompts, everything that I'm showing you today is available. Just scan the QR code on this video. You'll get access to all these prompts for internal links, external links, content writing, etc. Completely free, along with a community of 2,000 SEOs. And you can see we've found the relevant external links. Let's just check these actually work. Yeah, they do. Happy days. And then what we can do now is we'll click off the search, we'll click on Canvas, and we'll say, insert these external links into our content. So now what we can do inside our content here is we've got those external links that we found earlier. We can copy these external links. Then we can find a paragraph that we want to insert the external links into. We can go into ChatGPT and just say, insert these external links into our content. Now it's going to edit the content, and you can see actually inserted an extra sentence here that says, for a deeper dive into getting started, check out Google's SEO starter guide, and it links directly to that page. As you can see right here, it's not hallucinated or anything like that. And that's just a smarter way of using like internal or external links, because for example, we all know these tools that can automate internal and external links, but the answer is often not relevant. Most virtual assistants that you hire are going to be able to help on that as well. But this is probably the smartest and fastest way to do it along the way. Now, if you're looking through the content, right, and you're like, all right, we've got 620 words, maybe we want to hit a word count of 1,000, etc. We can click on the tools icon in the bottom left, and then we can select, for example, reading level, and you can just crank this up if you want to, or you can simplify it if you want to as well. So if we simplify it to say middle school level, we can just make our content easier to understand, which means that it's going to appeal to more people. It's going to be much easier to read along the way. And you can see it's still included those external links we mentioned earlier, but it's just simplifying the content and rewriting it so that anyone can understand this, right? Which is what we want, really. I mean, if you're writing content, like, you want it to be simplified so that you don't miss out on a percentage of the market who can't understand what your content is. And then also what you can do here is you can click on adjust the length, and we can say, right, okay, I want this to be longer. Let's click on longer here. It's going to start rewriting the content, as you can see, and we can wait for that to load. In the meantime, if you're like, okay, I want to open up more of the chat option, because of this side-by-side view, you can toggle between how big or wide it is, right? Which is super useful, because then you can say, right, I'm going to focus on this, and then I'm going to focus on the chat mode, etc. And you can just go back and forth with it like so. Now, if we check the word count on the longer version, let's see if that's actually worked. Let's see what we got. So now we have 850 words. So it's added in like an extra 20 or 30% word count to the content without fluffing it up, right? This content is still useful, it's still interesting to read, etc. But we've cut out all the fluff that you wouldn't want inside normal content. Now, we haven't even talked about coding yet. There's just so many features inside this that are absolutely amazing, but I wanted to show you that first because I think that's probably the most useful for you. Additionally, what you can see here on the show changes section is you can see all of the changes that you've made inside the content. And then additionally, you can roll back to previous versions, newer versions, and you can copy all the content and then plug that into your website too. So once it's quality controlled and you're ready to go, you can copy it and then it's in markdown format. Now, if you want to preview this markdown format without having all the asterisks in it, without having all the hashtags and everything else, all the formats inside there, then you can plug it into markdownlivepreview.com, and then from there you can see what it looks like in real time as a preview, right? So for example, you've got all your internal, external links here, your bullet points nicely formatted, and that's going to be much easier for you to preview than this stuff over here on the left hand side. Now, if you want to switch this off, if I don't want this canvas feature popping up every time, then what you can do is if you scroll down to your settings and customize ChatGPT, you can select which features are on and which features are off by automatic, right? So you can see here, you can select between turning off the code interpreter and also turning off canvas or not. And then you can choose between whether you want it on or not. Super useful. So what happens if you want to code on this tool? How do you use that, etc.? So you can go back to ChatGPT, start a new canvas, and then click on View Tools, Canvas, of course. Let's just start off with something basic like create an SEO cost calculator. And you can see that it will start to code a HTML file ready for us to go right here. So we're basically using the code feature inside ChatGPT, but it's like a really nice version of the canvas where you can just preview it directly. Because you're using ChatGPT 4.0 as well, it should do that pretty quickly. And again, like, you can highlight the content, you can edit it as you need to. This is very different to Claude, where you've got the artifacts feature, but it's not going to allow you to edit the content in the same way. So if you see any bugs in here, you can ask ChatGPT, pull up a new prompt, edit it line by line if you have some new code, for example. Whereas if you go into, say, Claude or any of these other tools, you can't really edit it in the same way. It's going to give you the canvas option, but you can't edit that content line by line. And every time you want to make some edits, it's going to have to regenerate the code, which is not very useful at all. It's going to, right? So this is more time efficient. Now, again, this has tools that are quite new inside here. So you've got an option for adding comments, adding logs, fixing bugs, porting to a language, and also code over here. So you get PHP, C++, Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, and Java, right? I'm no coder, but this stuff is pretty easy to do. Now, if you want to actually execute the code, you port to a language, you would port to Python like this, just to make sure you're 100% aware. If you're creating your own SEO tools or anything like that inside ChatGPT Canvas, the only language that you can execute inside ChatGPT Canvas is Python. And then you'll see an option to run in the top right here. If you're on HTML, for example, you cannot execute the code, you cannot run it, but inside Python you can. If we hit run like so, it's going to give us this prompt which says Python in Canvas can make network requests and interact with external systems. Please review carefully before proceeding. Now, I did just YOLO that, and it actually cut off my video. Just something to be aware of there. And we do have an error here. So we're going to click on fix bug, see if that gets fixed. I might get cut off on the video again. Let's see what happens next. These are the sort of technical errors you don't see behind the scenes. But yeah, basically it just cut off my video and we had to hit restart recording again as soon as we ran that Python. So let's see what happens next. We'll hit run and it's probably going to cut me. And then if we hit run, you can see it says, welcome to the SEO cost calculator, total SEO cost. Doesn't seem to actually like preview the code. Let's see if anyone on Twitter actually made it work. So for example, we got this tweet from Frank who actually seems to have made it work. So Frank actually made it work and you can see here. So he, for example, ran the console. So you can kind of create your own sort of bar charts, that sort of thing. It'd be quite useful for data analysis, I believe. See, that is something I'll have to practice a bit more, but you get the point. And bear in mind, this has only been announced 10 hours ago, so there'll be plenty more use cases coming up for this. Being 100% honest with you though, I'm going to say if I have a choice between Claude for previewing tools and using ChatGPT Canvas, I'm still going to go with Claude. If you look at the way you can interact with the website, inside Claude, you can't edit the code directly, but you can preview it, you can test the functionality. So you got the code here, and then you got the preview, whereas in ChatGPT, you have the code, but the preview is not so great, from what I can see so far. And then here as well, if you've got multiple canvases inside ChatGPT, like you see right here, we've got two inside this sync the chat. So if you want to flick back between two different canvases that you've created inside the same chat, you can select it like that. You can also share this stuff with other people. So you can share the chat in public, which is great for adding your team, etc. Just create the link, and then if you copy it, here's an example so you can show people what you've created, what you mocked up, etc. All right, so final thing that I want to show you is basically you can create like your own custom GPTs using Canvas. So for example, if we go to my GPTs, and then from here, we're going to click on create a GPT. And then from here, you can select Canvas inside your custom GPT to make it much easier to edit your content, right? Now, this is really powerful because now you've got like a whole new AI SEO tool. Remember before I was telling you about how this is basically better for editing content, quality controlling it, etc. inside a ChatGPT Canvas than it is inside most paid tools, right? And so you can create your own custom GPT where you can just go straight into creating that content inside the canvas based on your custom prompts. Now, if you want to edit an old GPT, for example, like this is one of my favorite custom GPTs for creating content. You can get it inside the AI SEO Success Lab. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the comments description. And from here, if we select Canvas, which is selected off by default on old GPTs, we can now update this. We'll hit update, and now we can not only generate the content, but also quality control it in one single place, which is going to save a ton of time and also help you rank better because you're creating better content, right? So for example, if we hit get started, so we can pick up where we left off, but we also can open the canvas once we've generated the content. So for example, keyword equals SEO, source context, I'll plug in here. That's going to start doing the research and customizing the article to me, my keyword, find the relevant external links, etc., like we were talking about before. Then it's going to find some statistics and case studies, right? So these are all pre-created prompts that are super useful for SEO. I'm going to say word count equals 1,000 words. No exercise for now, just to make it easy, or use your own. And then if we say create the content in Canvas, it will start creating that content inside the custom GPT directly inside Canvas, right? And now you can see you can just edit the content directly like Canvas, except it's a custom GPT, nothing else, right? Now, if you want to get access to all the notes from today, including the about notes, a step-by-step SOP for using it for SEO, my best prompts, as you can see right here, and also all the prompts I mentioned today, along with 50 prompts for ChatGPT Canvas, including content writing, SEO keyword optimization, team collaboration, technical SEO, automation and workflow enhancement, etc. What I'm going to do is I'll take the video notes from today, I'll plug that into my free AI SEO course, as you can see right here, and we'll add a new section called ChatGPT Canvas. Bear in mind, this is free, for anyone watching to start using GPT Canvas, the video notes are right there. You can get access to that for free inside the AI SEO Success Lab. Feel free to scan the QR code on this video or check the link in the comments description. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to book in. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visits this month and generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan, discover the secrets of link building, or answer any questions you have. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors to link building, how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Feel free to get that link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching as always. Bye bye.